What's up guys, my name's Kajaje and I'm here to talk about the Rogue one-shot combo. Now I mentioned it in my previous videos and everybody messaged me and they were asking, yo, what is the Rogue one-shot combo? Well, this is what it is and this is what it does.
How about the repellent? Get the repellent.
Getting that repellent. Die repellent. Yeah, nuking that repellent. I just nuked that repellent. So you want to use two on-use trinkets, one cataclysmic and one ruthless. Then you want to use this macro as your burst macro. Also, you want to make sure that you're reforged all into mastery. Your basic stat priority is mastery crit haste. Following that priority will get you lots of damage from your evis, which is where your big damage will come from. Now before you open, you want to pre-mad and put up a slice and dice. Next you garrote, pop your burst macro, cheap shot, ambush, and then eviscerate. Your target should be dead, and if not, rinse repeat. It takes some practice to get the muscle memory down, but once you do, it seems like the simplest thing in the world. Now the macro will always pop one of your on-use trinkets alongside your shadow dance. With this macro, you can use the combo every single minute and get tons of damage from it every time. Now that's a big improvement over combat burst, which has a 3-minute downtime. In a nutshell, subtlety is amazing. Like seriously, this combo is amazing and everything about this is amazing. Alright, now you might have noticed that in the first clip I actually cheap shotted before I garrote. That's generally not advised, but say you're fighting somebody who's on a mount, or maybe it's a warrior who might heroic leap away after you garrote. So in certain situations I would recommend cheap shotting before garroting, but basically the reason you don't want to do it is because you want to get your bleed up and you want to have your stun up at the same time. And considering cheap shot doesn't last as long as your bleed, then it's better to put up cheap shot last and then start bursting. But in some situations you need to stun first. You know, Rogue right now is basically just looking at your situation and improvising. Because honestly, this goes for any class, any spec, anything, pretty much any game. You can't follow one rotation, you can't follow one way of doing things. You need to learn to look at your situation and figure out what is the best way to go about this. In most situations, you want to garrote then cheap. But don't be afraid to think outside the box and don't be afraid to question that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for right now. I really don't want to make a whole tutorial. I pretty much am just making these QuickTuts because I don't want to sit down for like 5 hours and get all the footage and edit it all together and do all that when the information is going to be irrelevant in a few days. But yeah, I figured this was worth making a video on because it's super OP right now. It's amazing. And maybe you can gank people with it when you're questing in MoP. I have no idea. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, you should totally leave a like or a comment or something like that. Also, big shout out to Mr. Andreas Bursting. I think I'm saying your name right. He is now letting me use his music in my videos, and I've got to say, it is amazing. There's a link right here if you want to check it out, and I would recommend doing that, because it's kind of awesome. So yeah, tell him Kajaje sent you. Peace, guys.